Welcome back, Darklings, Lightlings, and everyone in between. How are you today? So today we have something fun, a new community tag. Hashtag Community Tarot Archetypes, Part 1. This is a tag that I am doing with Rochelle over at Ameythest Ascension. I want to thank her for this idea. I think it is lovely. And what we are doing is taking the major arcana and we are saying who in our community kind of reminds us of that particular archetype. And we have 11 for you today in part 1. So I will be linking Rochelle's in the box above, and her link will be in the description. So if you're new, welcome. Hit subscribe, man. Stay for a while. We love people, and if you're joining me again, thank you so much. Alrighty, so I did want to just say that this is for fun, not meant to upset anyone. Archetypes, kind of, I want to explain that it's kind of how you're viewed in my eyes, if that makes sense. And it's all positive. I love everybody. So, with that being said, let's get into it. The first card that we have is the Fool. I chose a specific, my Celtic deck. And for this card, I chose Carla, one of our sisters in the group. I think you're on to some new ideas. You're letting that energy flow through you, and you're kind of just saying, all right, I'm gonna go with this, you know, I'm gonna do what I need to do to gain these experiences. And I know we all have been there, and we are all still kind of the fool on our own journey, right? So yeah, I picked Carla. I love seeing people embracing their journeys and really being passionate about things they discover on their path. And I know she's doing stuff with like palmistry, and yeah, so it's great to just see other people flourish in that energy. Next is the High Priestess card. Hopefully you can see that. So for the High Priestess, I picked Orlee Stewart. I think that she very much radiates that energy, especially in a lot of her ritual or ceremonial videos, and a great tarot reader herself. Yes, so I very much view her as that High Priestess archetype in a way. Next we have the Magician. I love that card. So for the Magician, in my community anyway, I wanted to pick a lot of the members you see in Become a Living God. Not only are they powerful black magicians, but they very much radiate and dominate that magician energy. They take the things around them and they like to take it to like a whole new level and push those limits in their own paths, and I admire that. The next one is the Empress, which is the mother card in this deck. So the Empress, I chose Summer in Astaria Sen because I see her very much in that love and compassion energy always, and that creative energy as well. Notice the mother in that card is pregnant. She's in her creative energy and completely loving it. So yeah, I totally view summer in that way. Next would be the Emperor, and that would be the Father card in this particular deck. Now, I chose Reinstall Paul because his deep knowledge about the occult and the archetypes and Carl Jung's work and alchemy and all the neat things talked about on his channel. It's where I first actually learned about archetypes, and for me, I thought it perfect to include him as the Emperor for that reason. The next card or archetype that we have is the Hierophant. In this deck it is under the Druid. However, I particularly picked Amber for the Hierophant due to the interesting way that she channels and receives messages spiritually and relays them on. In her book, The Art of Cosmic Creations, is kind of very telling on why I chose her for this card. Great work, Amber. Hierophant. The next archetype is the Hermit, which is the Merlin in this deck. And I picked Lady Blindwolf as the Hermit. I feel like she goes into that energy and really seeks within. She's always mentioning about her shadow work and ancestor work and other work that she's doing, but very much so within herself, and I admire that because I think we all are there, right? We're all the hermit at times, especially while practicing magic or spirituality. So yes, I chose Lady Blindwolf for the Hermit. The next archetype that we have is the Devil. In this deck, it is under the Shadow. And I chose Ryan, espich, and hekterios. I couldn't decide between the two. And the reason that I chose them for this card, one, they're both really great tarot readers themselves. Check them out if you haven't already. But the Devil to me isn't the one restraining them. They're restraining themselves. The Devil is there to bring knowledge or enlightenment to the situation in order for them to be able to restrain themselves. And I think these two particular practitioners have a way, excuse me, but they have a way to bring darkness to light. And it's admirable. I love people that seem dark and are not afraid to play in the darkness or the light and kind of bring light to dark situations. So yeah, I admire that. And the Star. For this archetype, I chose Rochelle from Amethyst Ascension. I feel like Rochelle is that shining ray in the community. She's helped a lot, personally even, with my own spiritual wisdom that she brings me, and I absolutely love that about her, and she's always wise. Definitely that shining orb that we're all attracted to. She just has that something that burns bright about her, and she always has love or wisdom to give to everybody around her. So I think that Star is very fitting for Rochelle. And we have Justice as our next archetype. And I chose Lors, a Scottish witch that I know. love her to death, and she's very much for what's just, and she will fight for it. She's very vocal about her activism and what she stands for, and I admire that. I admire that. Finally, we have the Hanged Man archetype. And I chose the Hanged Man, I chose Maria, sorry, for the Hanged Man. And the reason I chose Maria for the Hanged Man is because she is so sweet and compassionate and loving that I feel like the people that she loves and cares about definitely comes before like herself, if that makes sense. And also a great tarot. All these people are great tarot readers, but I just wanted to mention that. But yeah, I just really see Maria as the Hanged Man. Alrighty guys, so those were my choices for these 11 archetypes for part 1 of this hashtag, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys check out these guys. They will be in the link in my description. And are you gonna do this? Leave me a comment, let me know. Much love.